Another day, another bit of exploration. It probably helped for the whole exploration thing if we were actually closer to some unexplored territory. At the very least, there's an elevator this way, though we've probably already explored the immediate area where the elevator ends. At least this time I didn't have a moment of accidentally rolling back the other way. Not the smoothest trip down, but at least Samus didn't momentarily stop moving because of just how far she fell in a single go. Not that that is much of a consequence. It's just something I'd rather avoid happening considering I'm so used to the more fast-paced things from the 2D games. Again, the sped-up version of this background music just sounds so cheerful to me, whereas in normal speed it sounds rather imposing, like you're right in the belly of the beast. And considering the levels of threat we've been running into so far, I don't think we're really running into any especially intimidating beasts. Sure, visually some of them look scary due to their size and shapes, but we've been taking them down at a good pace when we find them. Really gives me the sense that combat was not one of the absolute focuses when they were designing this game from the ground up. Not that the fighting is boring, just that they aren't trying to push us to our limits anytime soon. And again, after going from fusion to dread, I am completely okay with that. Okay, may as well check what's below us. Right, we've got a tunnel that's a bit tricky to reach, just need to find the way down there. There we go! Huh. So when a bomb enters that thing's mouth, the timer for the bomb resets for some reason? I kinda wish I knew why. Again, it's not a major thing, but it just makes me curious. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything else for us under these grates. Okay, so this room doesn't actually lead anywhere, it just has another missile upgrade. We've certainly been grabbing plenty of those, despite the fact that missiles aren't as strictly necessary as they were in the 2D games for the most part. I guess it's back to fast-forwarding as we keep on exploring. Not much of a maze to get back out of, but then sometimes I can get turned around by even the simple things. No, we just came from that direction. Case in point, I should not have been that easy to turn around. While my memory is certainly better with 3D environments than the 2D ones, it still doesn't change the fact that I can be quite the idiot at times. That's part of what the fast forward button is for. The other part is that there's a good deal of traveling around rooms we've already been to before, dealing with the same enemies that constantly spawn there. It's a little hard to feel like you're making all that much progress when you're literally going through the same song and dance over and over again as you try to figure out what to do next. Granted, I could have turned the hint system on just for the sake of making it easier to know where we explicitly need to go next. But after some of my complaints about how annoyingly linear fusion was, I think I'd prefer to stumble around to find what we need. It's not the best method, not by any means, but, still, it doesn't quite feel as insulting as the game outright telling us, go to this specific spot in this style of game. I know this is technically a first-person shooter just like Halo, where we had a good number of objective markers in every game, but Metroid is most definitely not Halo. They most definitely scratch different itches. Right, it doesn't look like there's any other path, so may as well keep going this way for now. Technically speaking, there's no point in killing these she-goths, but it's still satisfying, so I'm doing it. Always nice when you can end a fight in better shape than when you started it off. Right, I officially have not seen anything I didn't already see last time we were here. Moving on, all the while ignoring the sound of an upgrade of some kind in the area that we can't get to just yet. Right. All but one door has been explored here, and I don't think I can reach that door just yet. But on the other hand, we got this upgrade explicitly at the end of one path here, and the only other path we need a beam that we don't currently have at the moment. Eesh. Guess it's time to go back down and get back to the drawing board. As a side note, I was a little tempted to slow down the footage just for that scan, but to be fair, that scan didn't actually give us anything especially interesting. It was literally just, this thing has a jet underneath it that keeps it floating. Nothing saying how long it's going to keep on floating there, nothing to say what kind of fuel was holding it up, and nothing about just why someone decided to have those floating platforms other than to purely give the player something to jump on. Yeah. Place your bets. How much longer am I going to be aimlessly wandering around until I find the way forward? I certainly don't know. Hell, I don't even know how long this clip I'm working on is going to be at the moment, or how many times over the course of it that we're going to have save points. Well, everywhere we can find so far has been places we've pretty thoroughly explored at this point. Anything hidden in them is either very well hidden that I can't see it, or requires us to have an upgrade that we don't have to make more progress there. At the very least, this is certainly making me feel like I'm paying for thinking this playthrough would be pretty smooth after I managed to get 2 major upgrades in the same clip earlier on. Not one Metroid game I've played through has been a smooth ride from beginning to end, because I always manage to get lost even in the very linear fusion. Again, kind of hard to feel all that scared of the fire-breathing serpents that live in magma, when that's all they manage to do against us. Funny how many games give you creatures that look pretty scary at first glance, but when you actually have to deal with them, they go down without too much trouble. Right, pack up the elevator because I have no clue what else to do right now. I'm just running around trying to think where to go next in a game where the rooms are larger and Samus is overall slower. Well, perhaps this room is going to lead us somewhere. We certainly haven't gone to the red door just yet. Okay, apparently I decided that door is for an upgrade we just don't have yet. Kind of understandable since both doors look red on the mini-map, but still, it probably would have been better to make that decision after actually looking at the door. Definitely feels like this is going to be a short clip of little to nothing happening in it. I suppose I could throw in another bit of raw footage, but I'm kind of tempted to just call it a day after this save. Not really sure if that's motivated by laziness or something else. All I know for sure is that I'm waiting to get lucky at this point, and for all I know, the next recording session is the one where I get to slow down the footage for a very long period of time. Come to think of it, that certainly looks promising. Yeah, this definitely looks like a road to something fresh. Based on how much footage is left in this file, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be saving somewhere relatively close to here. And again, I don't remember just what kind of explosive we need for a specific material. Probably should have guessed just based on the size of that hole that it was bombs. Okay, where did that bit of damage come from? Did I walk through one of those crawling bastards and just not notice him? Okay, there's one other hostile dot in the area that might be the reason we took damage, but I just don't see him. Good, something to increase how high we jump, but unfortunately, there's nothing else to find as far as I can see on the map nearby. Ah well, I'll take what progress I can get for a clip. Right, nothing else in this chamber. Time to save and call it a day.